Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Otaku Octagon podcast. I'm your host, Maui. I'm joined by my co-host, David. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. And if you're an audio listener, please hop over to YouTube and check us out there. Enjoy. What is up with the One Piece background?
What's going on, brother? I got to represent for One Piece. Got to throw the Thousand Sunny in the background, represent for the crew. You feel me?
Oh, Lord.
I see you working on your background, though. You got a new piece.
Yeah, I had that poster for 15 years. It's like Naruto, Sasuke, Team 7 pretty much, and like samurai outfits, I guess. They're kind of just chilling. Naruto's doing his thing. But earlier today, I was just hanging some lightsabers and anime swords and shit on the wall.
Oh, really?
So I got a couple of lightsabers. They're high up on the wall because I plan on getting more. But when I get this PC set up, it's gonna be higher up, so I want to make sure I can see everything. But it's coming together, man. It's coming.
Can't wait to get the full tour of the new man cave.
I'm pretty much screwing myself though, because I plan on painting the room, and I'm putting everything on the walls where I want it. I think it's like a rough draft. It's like
take a picture of it so you know exactly how you want it after you paint it.
Well, I think with the holes in the walls, I'll know where things went. So. I mean, it is.
With the holes in the wall. Just follow the outline you left before. Oh, man. Yeah. But no, speaking of the computer setup, I was actually watching this video on Facebook. Think about it. Your computer's underwater. It's an underwater cooled computer. It's not water. It's a clear liquid, but it allows the computer
to function liquid, it's water.
And cool it. So the same liquid that, they have the cooling system with the liquid that goes through?
Yeah.
It's filled with that liquid, and it's actually pretty cool. You have a cool aquarium PC setup.
I have a question for you. Is water wet?
I'm sorry. Is water wet? I'm scared to say yes.
Yo, imagine being a fish and not knowing you're wet most of your life.
See, for us, being wet is different. We wouldn't be like, oh, we're dry our whole life. They'd be like, oh, I'm wet. That's the state.
So when they hop out of the water, do they think they're wet?
Oh, fuck, I'm dry. That's what they say. That's the change.
Oh, okay.
Wet is normal. Dry.
So I've watched. So Berserk, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I watched the 3 movies that they have on Netflix 30 fucking times. I mean, I watched the 3 movies, and I always knew about the old Berserk, the one in back in 1994, or somewhere a long time ago.
Anime?
Yeah, the original one, right? But I never knew that they had, and call me out for this, shame, right? I never knew that they had a 2016 anime where it started off after.
Seen the newest one?
No, so I have. I've been watching it. I've been watching
it now.
Yeah, I'm almost done with the first season, but it's after, because I watch these shows. I watch the Berserk movie so many times. I love Guts and the whole Berserk thing. Mm-hmm. And if you guys don't know much about Berserk is essentially about this kid. His name is Guts, and he grew up in war. He was born in war. There's a backstory that most people don't know about, but essentially Guts's mom was hung in a tree when she was pregnant with him. She was executed and hung, and he popped out of the bottom area. She gave birth to him while she was being hanged, and he was on the ground, and some soldier came by who was part of a mercenary band, and he saw him and thought he was dead. And then while they were walking by, Guts as a baby kind of called out, screamed or cried or whatever, and then he picked him up and then raised him to be who he is. But Guts is pretty much a mercenary. He ends up joining this people called Band of the Hawk, and he ends up going around fighting, doing mercenary bullshit. It's really bloody, it's fucking crazy. But
I mean, he's a badass, basically.
I never knew they had an actual show after the movie, and I'm holy shit, this is good. It's a little bit different anime, because the Guts anime is kind of the anime where unless it's really good, we know Berserk is. If you saw anime that type before, you'd be it's kind of God Eater.
I like old animes.
Well, it's not old anime.
Oh, you're talking about the new?
It's choppy anime. So
okay,
the animation isn't there's a difference between Dragon Ball and Demon Slayer, but I mean, this is the way they do the animation is very choppy and very kind of robotic. It's kind of if you watch God Eater on Netflix, it's very it's weird, but unless it's a really good anime,
that one kind of turned me off as well.
Yeah, because of the animation, but like
yeah.
the Berserk show is fucking fantastic.
I
I
mean, it's
mean,
a classic, so you have to watch it
it
because
is
of
a
that
classic.
premise.
I saw this dude on TikTok. He got like a 1/8 or 1/16 scale. I don't remember the thing, but it was like a super big fucking statue of Guts in his Berserker armor.
Mm.
Like it had him like with the giant like blood sword, and it was fucking fantastic. I'm sure that thing cost like $12,000, which
And you like to
whatever.
play Elden Ring too. You ever like to
Yeah,
model your
so
character
yeah,
after Berserk?
so I got the sword because of that, because they have that gut sword in there where
Mm-hmm.
like you can do the whole flip thing, you can do the
Yeah, I
stab
saw
in the
that.
ground and then flip or whatever. But I mean the show's pretty good. I'm kind of on one right now, and then I'm obviously continuing like Spy Family and stuff like that, which Spy Family is getting pretty good. So
That's lit. That's lit. No, I love Spy Family. That's definitely a really good anime. If you're not watching Spy Family, honestly,
yeah.
catch that.
It's what's kind of disappointing to me about it, because I got to criticize at least something about it, is it's turning more into a slice of life anime, but I feel like they're getting into the action. So I know it's coming. I
Mm.
know the action is coming, but it's turning into a slice of life when it was like hardcore heavy action in the beginning, and then he got a family and everything. It's still good. It's funny as hell.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's funny as fuck.
freaking hilarious, but
You don't
I
like
don't know.
slice of life animes?
No, I do. It depends. Like the one you told me about a long time ago, where it's
I
like
saw that.
I left the hero party to start a new life. Something.
Oh,
What is it? You
okay,
know what
yeah,
I'm talking about?
yeah. When you left
Yeah,
Heroes Party, start a new life or something like that.
yeah. And then
Yeah,
that
that was a
girl's with him.
really I like slice of life because they're like really cute anime. I'm sorry, they're
Well,
really cute, and I like
yeah,
how cute they are.
yeah. I don't
No,
know.
I've been watching. I've actually been watching the anime that you put me on. Your favorite anime, Iron Blooded Orphans. From
Ooh, yeah.
yeah, I'm not even a
Yes,
mecha
sir.
fan, but I've actually been enjoying it so far.
Oh, it's fantastic.
The mecha fights, they're choreographed well. I think there's more to come
Oh yeah,
because the character who uses the mecha suit, that Gundam suit,
yeah.
she's like still new to it, but he works.
Mizuki. Yep.
He syncs so well with that mecha suit. So I feel like he's just gonna get better and better. And they just took on this big corporation, basically told them, "Nah, we're gonna do exactly what the fuck we want. So get over it or fucking fall in line." So
It's good. I'm
I'm
telling you.
excited to see how that's gonna play out, honestly.
There's a lot of big world building in the beginning. So like I know the beginning can be kind of slow, but there's a lot of like character direction, world building, and like kind of setting the scene for like the wars to come. Because there's wars. There's like 2 or 3 wars that are about to
I
happen.
watch One Piece, sir.
Yeah,
I can deal with a few episodes or 1,000 of
it's
world
good.
building.
I'm telling you,
So
they're setting
I
it
can hold it out, trust me. But they do have a lot of world building, a lot of talking points in the beginning.
right.
So I can see how that might turn most viewers off. But if you really listen to what they're talking about, you understand what these children, because these guys, I didn't even realize they're all children.
These
And
are
then they have
kids,
that one
bro.
adult who betrayed
Yep.
them. So that's pretty fucked up. So
Oh
these are
yeah.
kids fighting for their life against adults. And like one dude's like, "Hey, you're just kids. So you know what? You can be a part of me." They're like, "No, we're gonna show you we're adults.
Oh
We
yeah.
show you what these
Yo.
paws can do. They ready to eat for everybody. You feel me?"
I will say that is one of their downfalls, though, because they are kids. It
Them
starts
being
to
children.
catch their their immaturity starts to catch up with them. So
Mm.
just you'll watch the turning, like every episode, you'll start to notice like a change, like people fighting against each other, not working as a team, like coming up against adults, and like instead of intelligently telling somebody to fuck off, they really just tell somebody to fuck off, which is good sometimes, but sometimes we know as professionals and in
Hey,
careers and stuff, it's sometimes you got to do it professionally.
yeah, you
And
gotta pick and choose your battles, honestly.
yeah, and they pick every battle. So like
I mean,
they're
are
just
they
like
wrong for
fuck it.
that though? Are they
They
wrong? Like,
smoke.
look at the
They're
world they
getting
live
all
in.
the smoke.
Look how they're treated. Are they wrong
Oh
to
no,
kind of snap
absolutely.
back? You feel me?
No, everybody could get the smoke. I don't give a fuck. Like they everybody could get it. Everybody could get
Oh,
it.
honestly, that happens all the time.
So were they wrong? I want to talk about that. I want to talk about what you I want to talk about what you just said. Okay. So I was on TikTok, right? I like to ticky talk it up. And I got in an argument with somebody about, because they call me a Madara fanboy. And I'm like, hey, relax. Yes, that's true, but we're going to continue the conversation.
Okay.
So, my biggest thing is that the whole time Madara wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong the whole time. And
he was wrong for what?
Let me explain. I'm not trying to sound like Kevin Hart.
Okay, yeah, let's listen to this.
Let me explain.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, Madara went through a bunch of stuff back in the Uchiha and the wars. The Senju Uchiha and the Senju went to war. They were during the Great Ninja War and stuff like that. He was a regular ninja like anybody else. He was killing his enemies, even though they portrayed him to be bad for doing that. Which it's like it's war. That's what we do.
I mean, it's sadistic.
Right. Well, whatever. Anyways, his big elaborate plan for those of y'all who think Naruto's a little too long or is just starting it, because I know there are a few people that are. Madara's whole elaborate plan is essentially to enact the infinite Tsukuyomi on the whole world, which is a mind jutsu that pretty much puts the whole world into a genjutsu, which is like altering their reality to where everybody is happy and in their lives doing whatever they want.
What?
But they are taking their chakra, like they're cocooning them and using that chakra and giving it back to the infinite tree. The infinite tree is something that Kaguya, the mother of all chakra, she stole chakra from the infinite tree and was giving it back was using it to go end the wars of man, right? So men were at war the entire time. And not trying to get into this big elaborate backstory, but Kaguya was the first person to ever use chakra. She stole it from the infinite tree. All of it pretty much became like the god of that time. She was trying to stop the wars of man. And in the process of stopping the wars of man, she ended up distributing that chakra amongst the people, and they ended up distributing it. And over the years and over the generations, people just started becoming chakra users. Now, what Madara's plan is to give that chakra back to the infinite tree, because like they fucking stole it. Not to sound like a tree hugger, but they fucking stole it in the first place. And then he's like, what I'm going to do is, one, he goes to the freaking place, which is technically Toby and Obito that go there, but Madara is speaking through them. Mm-hmm. But he goes to the Great Shinobi, or the Shinobi War Council, where all the Hokages and Kazekages and Mizukages, all of them are sitting in the circle, right? The summit. Mm-hmm. And he's like, hey, I'm going to say something. You got two options. One, you're going to freaking let me put you in this infinite Tsukuyomi. Your lives will be happy. You'll get your dream. You'll get whatever dream you want. You'll live a full life. You won't die immediately, but you got to give your chakra back. Or two, I'm going to start a fucking war. And then like, they're just like, well, fucking war it is. They woke up and chose violence, because to the blind eye, yes, it makes sense that like, well, you're trying to cocoon me. But is he wrong? Is he wrong for that? Now, let's not talk about the end of what happened in the Great Ninja War.
I mean, yeah, that's literally has no point. But sir, I'm waiting for the point where you tell me how he's right for that.
What's wrong with that? What's
wrong with that?
So the only thing that came good out of this, besides like the whole war and everything, is that when he started the war, it brought all the clans together against him. But before that, if he wasn't going to start that war, if he didn't even exist, they would still be warring with each other. People would still be dying in his world. Nobody's dying. Nobody's dying. Nobody's going to war. You could be with whatever girl you want. You could be whatever guy you want. You can have kids. You can live a long, happy life.
Could you?
Other than that, but after that, Kaguya fucked it up by Black Zetsu.
Hold on. Rewind. Could you? What life are you living when you're dreaming? I'm confused here. Like you're saying, they get to have children, a wife. They're asleep.
In a world where you can get kamui'd into somebody's eye, or give somebody genjutsu and make the reality change. What is reality? In a world where that power exists. No. In a world where that power exists, where you can literally alter somebody's entire reality. Mm-hmm. If reality is so finite in that universe that you can alter it completely, you can put somebody in Izunagi,
dispel it,
and you can
dispel.
You can dispel your own life. You can kill yourself.
It can be dispelled, because if you fake, he's basically mind fucking them. He's mind fucking every single person and forcing them to have the dream that they want.
If you die, you just dispelled your own reality. So what's the difference? If you die, you just dispelled your own reality. You're not alive anymore. In a world where reality can be so easily manipulated, what's so wrong with stopping all these clans from warring, stopping thousands of people from dying, and you're living your best life while giving the fucking chakra that you stole from the tree back to the tree you stole it from?
Did they steal that chakra?
It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
It don't matter. They didn't steal the chakra. Madara has the chakra. Why does he deserve to not be in the ultimate Tsukuyomi? Why does he deserve to be the king of the world?
Okay, with that mentality, then Native Americans shouldn't get anything back from, because the people that they're arguing against never stole their land. It was their grandparents. With that argument, black people shouldn't get reparations. And by the way, if you're audio listener, we're both black.
Lands. It's still their lands, though.
Why are black people
regardless who stole it? It's still their lands.
Okay, that it's chakra is still the tree's chakra. You just proved my point. So give it back.
That's not that tree's chakra, though. It was never the tree's chakra. The tree was seeping power from the earth, creating chakra fruit, meaning it was stealing the earth's power.
The tree is a part of it's the infinite. It is the infinite. It is the infinite tree. That tree contains the chakra.
The roots. No. The roots are pulling energy from the earth, creating chakra fruits.
Nobody.
Meaning it's the earth's chakra
created, but nobody created that tree. So burn down all the trees. Nobody created that tree. The earth rose that tree.
No,
that tree is from the
They
earth.
had a chakra. They had a seed that they were planting. That's what they were doing. They were going to different earths or different planets, and they were dropping a seed and basically raising this tree up.
You talking about the Otsutsuki?
No, the chakra tree. It begins.
Who planted the seed? Who planted it?
Otsutsuki, originally, right? Momoshiki, not Momoshiki. No, not Momoshiki. It was that, and I can't think of her name. And the dude that they the newest person that they fight, Jigen.
Yeah, and he's an Otsutsuki. It was her.
Yeah, they're both Otsukis, but they're the ones who planted the seed originally. And
they didn't plant,
and then she betrayed him.
You're talking about Kaguya's husband.
Kaguya, that's her name.
Yeah, Kaguya's husband.
Kaguya's husband was a human. I'm not talking about Kaguya's husband. I'm talking about
who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Jigen, like much further ahead, current in the anime. The person that they defeated. Yeah,
Boruto.
It was two Otsukis. They go to each planet, they plant the seed, it brings the chakra fruit tree, and then they eat the chakra fruits, and then they leave and go to the next planet. That's like the whole.
But that didn't create the tree the one that Kaguya stole from, because Kaguya was human as well. She was part Otsutsuki, but she didn't.
No, she was full.
But she didn't plant that seed. She had no power. And she decided to steal that power to stop the wars of man. She was living on Earth. She had no power.
Otsuki from
she did not have power.
She was a weak Otsuki. If you follow the storyline, she was a weak Otsuki underneath Jigen.
I know the storyline. The storyline showed her past during the Great Ninja War. They had the whole arc with like Naruto being the two kids. Naruto and Sasuke.
They basically retcon most of that in Boruto.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck Boruto.
You can't.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck Boruto.
I don't give a fuck. You said anime. You can't have thing.
You can't have a whole.
Anime can change things, right?
I didn't say change it in manga. Change it in manga. If
the anime said
who has a bigger,
they have a better anime.
So,
who has a bigger audience? That's not fair.
Who has that is absolutely fair.
That is not fair
if One Piece came out with a show where Luffy's like son was like in charge or some shit, and then it completely said fuck everything that we talked about in One Piece, that's not real anymore, this is what actually happened, you would believe that shit? Your favorite anime. If
Oda was the person who retconned it, then Oda can retcon it. That's what manga writers do all the time. They retcon shit all the time.
That's just like
Dragon Ball Z. Nah. That shit is a retcon fucking murder zone. Like,
I mean, they got
most of this shit. Everything's been retconned. Hunter x Hunter, they retcon shit. Like most animes and mangas, they retcon things. You just don't notice it.
Fuck Boruto. I don't give a fuck about Boruto.
It's just most people hate Boruto.
They fucked up Boruto anyways. In the beginning of the fucking show was written by somebody else anyways. And then he had to take the shit back because it was fucking trash. And they tried to recover it.
Yeah, it was kind of trash. I give you that. It was kind of trash. The audience didn't want to watch it. They didn't want to watch it, but then
from the OG Shippuden, that's not what happened at all.
But and even if Naruto was the one who retconned it,
I don't give a fuck. Naruto if somebody put Naruto or Boruto in somebody's face, a majority of people on the planet said, get rid of one for the rest of your life, you'll lose all knowledge of it. People gonna get rid of Boruto. Not a single person gonna get rid of Naruto. Not a single person. I know somebody who's like a giant fucking Boruto fan. I don't know why.
Younger audiences are Boruto fans because they didn't grow up on Naruto.
Not if they parents raised them right.
Naruto ended what, 2017? Yeah, I think it's like 2017.
Yeah, somewhere around. I don't remember.
Most kids born, I would say, after 2005, they didn't watch Naruto.
Yeah, but most of the people in our generation, which is our demographic right now, would choose Naruto, or even haven't even seen Boruto. So,
I mean, everybody's seen Boruto. Let's be real here.
That's a lie. That's a whole lie.
If you saw Naruto, you've seen Boruto.
That's a whole
You may
lie.
not watch it week to week, but you've seen Boruto.
Well, okay, if you see it on social media or you see it,
I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about you've seen an episode or a movie of Boruto.
I know somebody who literally has not.
Naruto fan you have. Who? You know,
we'll talk about it. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I'm not about to call somebody's name out.
Cat. What's that on your head? Cat.
Okay.
He sees something.
My wife. She hasn't seen Boruto. She loves Naruto.
She doesn't initiate any anime on her own.
She does.
Feed it to her, and we've already told her that Boruto sucks. She's not gonna be like, oh, let me go watch this trash.
She definitely initiates anime on her own. She wanted to watch. So I had watched this. We're getting off topic here, but I had watched what's it called? I had watched Sword Art Online like a long time ago, before I even met my wife, and I kind of fell off because the second season, third season kind of ruined it, or fourth. Yeah. There's like a fourth season now or whatever. But when I met my wife, the first thing, so I tried to hide. Funny story. I tried to hide my anime from her because I thought she was mean to my roommate because he was watching anime. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Anyways, but I thought she hated anime because my roommate was watching anime, and she was like, "What is that?" And he was like, "Oh, it's 7 Deadly Sins." And she was like, "Oh." And I was like, "Oh shit, she hate anime. Let me let me change this to some real life shit."
No, she just know what real anime is. That's just trash.
No. She liked 7 Deadly Sins. No, so we come in the room, we date for a little while, and then we get into our first house, and she's like, "Hey, I really want to watch. I've saw something online. I really want to watch it." And I'm like, "Oh, what is it?" She said, "Sword Art Online." And I'm like, "Oh shit, okay." And she loves Sword Art Online. Like she's a diehard. And then she introduced me to Gun Gale. I didn't even know Gun Gale Online was a thing. So because I'm not a big Sword Art Online fan. I like the first season, but I'm not a big. And she loves Sword Art Online, and she loves Hananami from My Hero Academia, the vampire girl that sucks blood. Yeah, she loves her too.
That most manga writers are women. Like the majority of mangaka are women.
I mean, I know most anime voices are women.
I mean, yeah, even most main characters, male characters are voiced by women. But that's beside the point. Most mangaka are women. When you watch these beautiful animations and these great animes, most of them are targeted towards a female audience. Yeah. Shonens are really targeted towards like a teenage to mid-20s audience of males because fighting and all those things.
Well, I mean, it makes the reason why it's so widely accepted, because I read something about it. The reason why all this sexuality is so accepted is because the women are the ones doing it. Mm-hmm. They're the ones putting the shit in there. Because if some man tried to write a pedophilic fucking 12-episode anime, they'd be like, "Nah, fuck that." But if a woman does it, it's not really a big deal.
They look at it kind of strange. I mean, I would. Yeah, kind of strange.
Why is this little girl an actual boy and still trying to have sex? I don't understand.
Well, let's get back on topic.
I'm just saying. The end all be all. I don't think Madara was wrong because he was trying to create a better world. Now, hypocrisy here on my half. Do I think if that happened right here, right now, I'd say yes? No, that's just because I love pain. But I love suffering. But I don't know if I would say yes. But in a fictional anime realm, I don't think he really. Now it got super out of hand when Kaguya showed up, but because he was like, oh, what the fuck, stop, and she stole all his powers and pretty much killed him. But like,
I mean, I get where you're coming from.
Right.
It's not like they were suffering, but at the end of the day, he was forcing them to be in a journey.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying he was a good guy at all.
At that point is.
I never say he was a good guy.
What?
There's a lot, but there's a lot of bad guys. There's a lot of bad guys that could be right. So.
Okay.
But,
okay, I'll give you that one. There are bad guys who are right most of the time. I'm not sure about Madara. We can touch on that one later.
Nah, we're not
someone who's seen as a bad guy, not like a straight up bad guy, but a bad guy nonetheless. You know, Scar from Full Metal Alchemist.
From FMA Brotherhood. Yeah.
Yes, Scar. Like most people think he's a bad guy for somebody. I understand that he blows some motherfuckers' faces off, but do you understand his people went up? I know you're not making that face when you just gave a whole argument why Madara might not be wrong.
Yes, I get where you're coming from. His people were definitely fucking like holocausted, but
and still are.
Yeah, and still are. But he's indiscriminately killing people. He didn't start a war.
Maybe in Full Metal Alchemist, that bullshit, they made it seem
I'm
like
talking about Brotherhood.
In Brotherhood, he was not indiscriminately killing people. He was taking out certain people, especially military members.
He was killing people from the academy, or from not the academy, but the what is it?
He wasn't taking out civilians. He was taking out the bad guys, the military.
So, okay, I'm Joe Schmo on the street. I can do alchemy. I really want to join this place so I can make a living for my family. Oh, here's this dude with a hand. Oh, he blew my face off.
He didn't kill all military. He killed just the ones who were either chasing him or the ones who just got in his way.
No, he wanted to. He wanted to.
I mean,
how many times he tried to kill what's his name? I'm having a fucking brain freeze here. The main character. How many times he tried to kill him? Ed. Yeah. How many times he tried to kill?
I mean, Ed was a problem. I mean,
Ed is not a problem.
He ran into Ed. He wasn't able to kill him. He was like, "Oh shoot, maybe I need to actually try to kill this guy." And it's not like he went out of his way to kill Ed. It was like if I see him, it's on sight. But if he wasn't like, "Oh, where's Ed? Let me find where Ed is so I can go kill him." He wasn't sadistic. He was.
I get what you're saying because
like if they caught him, they would have arrested him.
I get what you're saying because of the way his people were treated. He's killing like the people that are doing that and did that to his people. I do get that, but if we're talking about time changes, right? Like how, like, well, they didn't steal the chocolate tree; it was their ancestors. Like these new kids and these new like people who are joining.
Going through it, though. It's not like
I know they're still going through it, but. You know, someone like Edward Elric or freaking some other kid that just joined, like if he sees somebody with that pocket watch, it's on sight. But like, is that right?
Why
I don't know.
Watch? I mean, never forget. Why would you have my pocket watch? Might as well, if I see you, I'm like, hey, that's my pocket watch, and you don't drop it, then yes, it's on sight. It's not just killing people with the pocket
I'm saying watch. Like the dude, because the pocket watch is the symbol of the Alchemist Academy or the Alchemist military. Mm-hmm. And so when Scar sees somebody with a pocket watch, no. I'm talking about Scar. When Scar sees somebody, he said it before. He's like, I will kill anybody with a pocket watch because they're from that military.
So,
like this, I don't know.
They're the enemy. I mean, they're oppressors. They're killing their oppressors. It's like, for example, another person. We got to think of Eren Yeager. I know everyone's like, oh yeah, of course, Eren Yeager. But
hey, Team Eren. I don't care. I'm already on your side.
Wasn't wrong.
I'm already on your side.
He's fighting the people who kept his people down for years. Okay, yes. In the past, his people were the oppressors and they attacked the world, but that was in the past. Eren is just trying to live his best life and they're keeping him down and actively attacking them. So is he wrong?
I'm on the same side. I mean,
all right then.
He's choosing, but it's kind of like the whole the Itachi what's the thing? There's like an Itachi syndrome or some shit where it's like choose your family or choose your country. Mm-hmm. And Eren is choosing his family and his country, whether they like him or not. So, like, I completely agree with the fact that Eren is going out there to murder the world to save his people. And if everybody wants to bring up the whole like, well, they were this first or they were that first, I mean, we could do that for the next 3 hours talking about history, about the Romans attacked this place and Carthage attacked this place. Oh, the Marine Corps is fighting this war. Like we fought. I'm just saying we fought in wars.
He knows all the history.
I'm just saying we are fighting in wars that were started 20 fucking years ago. So like I'm on Aaron's side. Like, hey, you know what? Who don't matter who started it. I'm ending it. I'm ending it.
It wasn't wrong.
Hey,
actually, something you said made me think of a. Hey, by the way, I'm on Twitter now. I'm on Twitter, so that's pretty cool. But maybe
plug when you can. What's your Twitter?
I don't know, dude. Pogue actually, because it's not my normal plug. I had to use because they didn't have the exact Pogue actual is my normal name.
Yeah.
So I had to use Pogue actually. As the Twitter, like actually,
like
so that's
actually I'm a Pogue. Actually.
But eventually I'm gonna get it onto our channel. The Twitter I don't know how to work Twitter, honestly. But anyway, I saw a twit. I think that's what you call it, the twit.
A tweet.
I saw a twit.
A tweet.
And it was talking about how Aaron wasn't wrong, of course, we all agree with that, but how he's sacrificing everything to save his country. And his own friends are sacrificing him and everything to save the world. It's like, I'm trying to do all of this to save you. And you trying to stop
He don't
me?
even care. He don't even care about what he knows that when he's done with this shit, like that's it for him. He's either gonna die or be hunted. Like I'm not. Now, if he survives, if he gets no. So remember when I had that whole like, I think I know what's gonna happen. I sent you three separate things that I think is gonna happen in the future, and you're like, probably a combination of all three of them.
Yeah, I remember now.
Like, I'm just, I don't know. I think I know what's going to happen. I'm not going to read like the manga. I was at Target. I actually picked up a few mangas just to kind of decorate the room. I'm not going to read them though. But I'm never going to read them. Not going to touch them. Not once. Just gonna keep them in the room. But it's for decoration. Books are for decoration.
Decoration? Oh my God. I don't even have to say books are for decoration.
Books are for decoration.
Are literally our foundation. If we lose books, we lose our history.
Our foundation is the feet we walk on in the things in our head. I don't.
Books.
No, never. Anyways, so Hanami. Another person I don't think is wrong from Jujutsu Kaisen. So Jujutsu Kaisen, Hanami is a curse who's like tree oriented.
Tree curse.
Yeah, he has like the arm in the sling or whatever. Like he has the arm in the sling, and he like
eyes.
Yeah, and fucking Toto or Itadori and Toto like are fighting him together at the end with that that dope ass anime. Yeah. But it was dope. So I read something the other day that I didn't know about, and it's kind of like another like, was he wrong? He is essentially a curse of nature. So a curse of nature, which is essentially like people have been treating nature so poorly that, you know how they say any negative energy or something bad that happens is what creates a curse? Like it creates like whatever's curse in a school. It's like a haunting, right? Like a poltergeist. Hananami or Hanami, however the fuck you say his name, she actually, is a curse of nature because people have been destroying nature and pretty much tearing down trees and all this stuff. And all she wants to do is kill everybody and destroy all the buildings so nature can get back on course to what it's supposed to be. So I'm like, meh, like, is she wrong? Because like,
you said she?
It's a she. Yeah, it's a she. You'll hear her talk. You'll hear her talk like in the later episode when she's talking about like her past and stuff like that, which is not like a deep cut into her past, but she's just talking.
Girl, though, I just thought like the voice actor just sounded like a girl.
No, it's like a weird gurgly, but it's a female. Yeah. But like she's just trying to get nature back on. I don't think she's wrong. I mean, granted, and like I said, a lot of these are like hypocritical, right? Because if we were in that situation, I'd fight her. Oh, absolutely. I don't want to die. But like, like people overseas don't think they're wrong. We don't think we're wrong. Nobody thinks they're wrong. But like, I'd fight her because that's just it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But
shallow, and I'm human, so yes.
oh yeah, I'm as
Because
deep
we're
as
better
a
than
plate
you,
of
so
cereal.
you need to die. So
Yeah, it's just occurred. I don't think she was wrong because it just doesn't. But I found that really fascinating that they kind of like, yeah, she fucks people up a lot, but I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong. It's kind of like bringing Chakra back to a tree. She's just trying to reconnect nature, reconnect to nature.
I mean, but she was an actual bad guy. She
Oh
sided
yeah,
with the bad
oh
guy. The
yeah,
bad guy sided with her.
oh
So
yeah. But
obviously
there was an
she was wrong.
undertone. But there was an undertone of what's it called? Like where you take it like she was being taken advantage of by the dude with the stitches on his face and like she was a curse because he and the other dude can control curses. And so if you have the ability to control curses, if a tree curse or a nature curse is trying to just get nature back on track and they know it she's strong, he controls her to fight Itadori and fucking Toto and like the Jujutsu Kaisen Academy. She's being controlled. And it's pretty much being told like that whole thing, which she's a bad guy. I never said she wasn't a bad guy, but like she's not wrong for wanting to put nature back on track.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
I'm a still fighter,
Even
but
if it means humans have to die.
she's putting nature back on track. What's wrong with that?
Even if it means humans
Hey,
have to die.
Greta Thunberg would appreciate it.
Okay. Anyway, obviously we're
How
not
dare
gonna
you?
you're willing to
How
die
dare
on
you?
this hill. But
How dare
something that I actually just thought about since we just spoke about Aaron, when we think about like, is this character wrong? And obviously I know how you feel about this character. You know how I feel about this character, but there are a lot of people when I like see posts on like Facebook or Instagram or whatnot who actually think this character is a hero. I'm talking about Gabby. Gabby, you know, one shot Gabby, sniper, quick scope Gabby, the one who sniped Aaron in his knocked in his neck that shot his head off.
Fuck no, she can burn.
Okay, I'm like,
Fuck no,
I know you did
she
not
can
just forget Gabby.
burn.
I mean,
Fuck no.
everybody
She
thinks
needs to
Gabby's a
die.
gangster for that.
She needs
Is
to
she wrong?
die.
I mean,
She
think about
needs
it. Think
to
about it.
die.
Other than
No,
how we feel about Aaron
no.
and what he's doing,
There's
is
no other than.
Gabby wrong?
Yes.
Why is Gabby wrong?
Fuck her, because Aaron, hashtag Team Aaron.
Don't say Aaron. Anything, nothing
No,
to
no,
do
no,
with
no,
Aaron.
no, no,
Why
no,
is
no, no,
Gabby wrong
no,
herself?
no. I don't care. She's wrong.
Oh.
She's a murderer. I don't care.
Okay. Let me think. Let's talk about this logically. Gabby grew up in a world where she didn't live on Paradise Island. She didn't. She lived
She
with.
thinks everybody is the enemy.
She thinks they're the enemy. They were.
Well, yeah,
they
she
were
thinks
basically
yeah.
mind. They're not mind control, but they were basically taught growing up that everyone on Paradise Island, yes, even though you're from the same lineage, because they're bad guys, because they did what they did in the past, you are treated this way because they're evil. So they're taught to believe not just they're mean people, but they're evil and they have to die. Because if they don't die, eventually they're going to kill us all.
I
So
get
Gabby
where you're going.
is just
I get where you're
fighting
going.
that.
I get it. I get where you're going. So let me ask you a question. If Gabby had the power that Aaron Yeager had with her anger issues, do you think she wouldn't have used it as well?
Of course she was. I mean,
so how is
issues as well? So
yes, but how is she right then? Because she's like, these
the
people.
Same thing Aaron would do.
If
Aaron was in the same place as Gabby, he would do the same. Gabby is literally Aaron. If they were both switched, they're same people. Aaron just got the power and Gabby didn't, but she was still out there fucking slaying bodies.
Paradise Island till I die.
Taking name tags. Kill confirmed. Okay, and
Gabby could get
Aaron, and you understand his.
You do too.
And
don't say it's just me.
I also understand that Gabby isn't wrong.
I mean, Gabby.
She's fighting a person that I agree with, but
that bitch.
Same reason they didn't kill her when they captured her.
They should have.
She killed Sasha.
She's stupid. Exactly. That was when I knew she had to die.
And they didn't kill her.
That's exactly when I knew she had to die.
Her? Because she's wrong.
Because anime has a way of not delivering social justice and making people stay attuned to it, where they don't kill somebody that we know needs to be killed, or they kill somebody that we're like, they shouldn't have been killed. They have a way of captivating an audience. So if we're like, oh shit, Gabby's finally going to get what she fucking deserves, and they don't do it, we're just like, what the fuck? Like, come on, like I need to see this bitch die. So they have the minor ways, like cinematic filmmaking and creating of animation does that, to where everything has a ladder or a step to it that just makes you want to watch it more and more and more and more.
You think
and
they have no good reason for letting her live? You're like, oh, she's
I mean,
bad girl, kill her.
They had a decent reason. Like any DC human, she's a little girl, and she was pretty much not brainwashed, but she was raised to think that they were the enemy. So they're like,
exactly.
They asked the same question, like, is she wrong for that? So that's why they kept her alive. But me,
I'd be understood.
Like, no. But for me, I'd be like, yes, she's the enemy.
Island. You don't even agree with the people from Paradise Island?
She's the enemy.
Oh my word.
Is she not though? Is she not a part of the other army? Did she not kill Sasha? Did she not shoot Aaron in the face?
Lesson. She learned her lesson after the point.
Did she though?
After the fact, she learned. She's like, oh,
okay, yeah. So I'm gonna let somebody come in here and kill. I'm gonna let somebody come in here and kill my friends, kill my family, and then as long as you learn your lesson afterwards, we're good. We're cool. We're chill. Yeah, totally. As long as you learn your lesson.
Sorry,
I'll let you get away with it.
I mean, I like Sasha. She wasn't really that big of a character. So,
oh my god. Look at his face. He lied. Cap.
I mean,
Cap. Look at your face. Look, everybody, come to YouTube. Look at his face.
Gabby is honestly a bigger and more influential character than this potato eating
Cap. Okay.
Neanderthal.
So on the next episode, I'm done.
Anywho, Anywho, I did want to bring up someone from an anime where, yes, we all agree that maybe this guy has his reasons for it, but I want to discuss why. Why is he the way he is? So the person who I did want to bring up is going to be Naofumi from Rising of the Shield Hero, because we all understand that, Naofumi went through some shit. Bitch, we all know. We don't call her mine anymore. Her name is Bitch.
Yeah,
she fucked him over from the jump.
She could fall off a ledge.
Then her father helped her fuck him over from the jump, which resulted in the whole kingdom fucking him over from the jump.
I'm on your side, dude. I think people create the monsters that torture them. So people create their own villains. So like people do somebody wrong and they end up turning into a villain. I'm not saying Naofumi is a villain, but he's an asshole to them because of what they did to him. And there's nothing.
He's the good guy.
There's nothing wrong with that. And it's funny is I'm on a few of the anime pages that, you know, we both are on Facebook, and I've seen somebody talk about how Naofumi is like, oh, like fuck him, like why is he such a fucking dick? Like he was like, why they changed the character and this and that. I'm like, anybody who has balls would fucking change if somebody was treated like that.
See how he was treated?
Exactly. And that's what I said.
Get over it.
Right. And I was like, how do you not understand that? Like if anybody who has any kind of like balls would act that way. They wouldn't just act defeated. He's like, man, fuck you. Like why would I do anything for you if you did this to me? Why would I help you? Like I'm gonna do for me, and then I'm gonna do for later. So I'm all about him acting that way.
Sometimes he's over the top though. Like for example, when the queen came back and she was like, hey, they fucked up, bro. Like they did get over it, and obviously the newest season they're working together hand in hand, like they're fucking besties or whatever. But at first he's like, fuck you in your kingdom, bro. She came back. She was out. That's of the loop. She runs. But that's like obviously they fucked up. Yeah. Take her hand.
I mean, that's kind of like Ari Futera though, with the kid from Ari Futera who like he was like sabotaged against and like fell down the well or like fell down the bridge.
He was sabotaged by one person, and he
was set up, and he was just. But they all kind of treated him like he was nothing, even though like you can understand if somebody's kind of treating you like shit without them treating you like shit. Like I know you know what that's like, and that's what he said.
Think about it like this though: they were all isekai into a new world and all given powers. And think about if our whole class was isekai into a new world, and we all got weapons, and you were given a butter knife. Everybody got swords, mace, everything. You just were given a butter knife. Everyone would treat you differently, and you will understand why they would treat you differently because you are the weakest. You got a butter knife, and that's basically what he got.
Not if you're real friends, though. So, like, if me and you got isekai'd into a world, and I didn't. No, listen. if me and you got isekai into a world and either I didn't have powers or you didn't have powers, I wouldn't treat you like shit just because you didn't have powers. I would still be your friend. Like, that's what it is. Like, there's no reason to treat somebody like shit.
We're heroes.
Doesn't
they
matter.
don't have to treat him like shit, and everybody didn't treat him like shit. They just acknowledged the fact that he was weak.
Yeah, they acknowledged the fact he was weak by not talking to him, not fucking doing, like, people were legit.
That wasn't
like
the whole party though. That was just like 3 or 4 boys.
But you know what he had to go through after what he had to go through to get strong. He's just like, man.
He went through it. I agree with you.
He's like, fuck all this and fuck all y'all. I don't. Hey, look, MCs that act like dicks because people deserve it, I'm all about it. They can do whatever the fuck they want. I don't care. As long as
who is he to decide they deserve it though?
The person that was treated like shit.
Perfect example, Light Yagami. He kills everybody because he decides, oh, they deserve it, so I'm gonna go ahead and kill them.
He kills rapists and murderers. Fucking Ryuk. I mean, he dropped the Death Note. He picked up the Death Note. Seems like if a Death Note dropped in my front yard today, I would think that was cosmic.
Yeah, we're gonna have to edit that part out because I'm not gonna need the police to be reviewing this video in 2 to 3 years to figure out why he went on a mess.
Look, with Light, like I already said in a previous episode, I would have given him the specific people he needed to kill and then just keep killing criminals. But I don't think killing criminals is wrong. I mean, and I'm not saying he didn't. I'm saying he definitely made mistakes. Like 70% of the show, he was good. And then after that, he made a fuck ton of mistakes. Absolutely. But when he was first started and he was just killing like rapists, murderers, serial killers, like bad people, there's nothing wrong with that. I would praise that.
I was like, oh, you're following me. What's your name again? Dad.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. What about those families they got to get back to? They're just doing their job. Forgot about that.
So you remember in Death Note, I think it was like mid first season. The police or the news broadcaster was talking about how murders, rapes, all types of crime has severely dropped since people just started dying randomly, right? So if you're talking the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, if he would get caught and people weren't dying anymore, then those rapes and murders and stuff would pick back up. But if he's constantly killing these murderers and these rapists, then he's saving lives in the front and the back half. Like he's saving lives by killing the people that are already done the crime, so people won't commit the crime later. And then he'll save somebody from getting raped, or he'll save a family from getting murdered, or whatever. People don't want to commit crime because he knows they're like, I'm gonna fucking die if I do this, regardless. So yeah, the one guy was fucking following him. I get that, and he had a family. He was a detective, but like if you would have got caught, like, I mean, that's it, and people will go back to doing the same shit. So I mean, leave my boy alone, and then I tell Light like, yo, calm down, yo, chill. Like,
so if you make a mistake, then you should die.
What do you mean make a mistake?
Like, say this person killed someone out of anger, whatever reason. People kill people for different reasons. And Light sees him on TV. He's like, oh, he's a murderer. Go ahead, write his name down real quick.
But the thing was, you're forgetting is Light was really smart and he did his research on the victims that he killed.
Yeah, in the beginning.
So if he sees somebody on the screen,
just kill a whole bunch of victims just to throw them off his trail.
Yeah, but if he sees somebody on the scene, if he sees somebody on the screen, I mean,
in the beginning.
But didn't I just say that I was like, yo, I tell him to chill. I tell him to relax.
So you understand now that he's wrong.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
He was right at the beginning, not in the end, but he's still right. It's okay.
No, he's still right. He was still good.
No,
because even though he killed
people just to kill them,
even though he started killing like cops and shit, which I think is like not right in itself, he was still killing criminals at the same time. He was killing the cops so he wouldn't be caught killing the criminals.
Oh,
which it's like, if you're like, that's a gray area there.
And then when he had to go on his little binges for like 1 week, he had to kill like 50 people at a certain time every day. And he was just any criminal that he sees. That was what?
Stop people from committing crimes. Tell you that.
Oh, I bet it was. when 50 people just died this week.
I mean, it did. It literally did.
Guy robbed an old lady. He died this week.
Literally did.
Like, what type of shit is that?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
You robbing old ladies, you need to get bus senpai into another world.
You bugging. Have you ever seen Moon Knight?
What?
Have you ever seen Moon Knight? Not an anime.
You talking about the Marvel show?
Yeah, the Marvel Moon Knight.
Hey, I'm sorry, everybody. I know this is an anime podcast, but no, I mean, I haven't watched Moon Knight. I know what it is, but I haven't watched it.
Check it out. I'm curious to hear your opinion on the whole premise of
Moon Knight himself.
Moon Knight and the person he's fighting. One punishes people before they even done the crime, while the other punishes them because they've done a crime. I mean, they've done a crime, period.
So it's like Minority Report.
Check it out.
Where Tom Cruise pretty much sees crimes before they happen and he stops them.
Yeah, but it's based off like the Egyptian gods.
But what does that have to do with killing people who already committed crimes?
Because Moon Knight kills people who've committed a crime, period. You commit a crime, you die. Then you got somebody who kills people because they're going to commit a crime. So they haven't even done anything. So I'm going to go ahead and kill them. But this person thinks it's right for it because they're going to commit a crime, so it's okay.
Do they
because they've done something wrong, so that's okay. We just go ahead and kill them.
But the person who's going to kill the person that did the crime, or the people that they were killing because of the crime, do they have specifics on the crime that were committed, or are about to be committed? Do they have specifics on it? Because if he's out there killing somebody who's about to rape a little girl, I'm all about this shit. If he killed somebody who raped a little girl, then I'm all about the shit. If he's killing somebody who like steals a loaf of bread out of a convenience store because he needs to feed his family, like, yeah, probably not. But like, what's the specifics?
They don't care.
What's the specifics?
So basically, the guy who just killed people who will do something, he holds your hand, and you know that scale that weighs your heart, the feather and the heart thing. If your heart's obviously heavier than the feather, you die. So essentially, if you have any badness in your heart, any evil, anything heavy in your heart, like the fuck?
So the difference between that and Light is like these people that he would see on TV were hardcore criminals.
In the beginning.
Like these people were hardcore criminals. Even the people that were up going for jury or going for trial, or like the people that he had to binge to kill, were people who were in prison already. Like he got their names. They were in prison
for people who didn't do it.
Specific.
That's his own joke.
Yeah, that's it. That's its own.
There are people.
We're talking about an anime where those people committed the crime. We're not talking.
Why do you gotta keep it in anime? There are people who end up in court for things they didn't do, and he's like, "Oh, I think you did it because they say you did it." Oh my word!
And even if he kills, and this may be the cynic in me, because you even talked like this before.
Okay, here we go.
Even if he kills somebody who was convicted of a rape or convicted of murder or something like that, to that effect, that may have been innocent, which that sucks. Like that, I know it happens in the real world. I'm not talking about anime. I know it happens in the real world. But if he does that, if that inadvertently stops men who would rape or murder in the future, is that a bad thing?
Yes. What the fuck?
I don't agree with
that.
Yes,
you killed an innocent man. What are you talking about?
I don't agree with that.
Oh, that innocent man died, but he set a good example. It's okay.
That's
all right.
If you could stop murders, crime, rape, if you could stop that all in the future by killing one person, you wouldn't do it?
You're a greater good type of guy, aren't you?
You wouldn't do it? Would you not? You wouldn't kill one guy to stop rapes and murders in the future? No?
No.
Oh, no.
Honestly,
sucks for those people.
I don't really
sucks
care.
For those people, then.
Other people do. As long as you don't fuck with mine, you do what the fuck what you want. You want to go on a mass murder spree.
But somebody else has that mentality too. Somebody has that mentality as well that you do. Because what if that person's wife or that person's daughter was going to get murdered or raped? They'd have that same mentality, like, as long as you don't kill me and mine.
If this affects you, then hey, defend yours.
Okay, but you don't. Yourself. But because it's a future crime, you don't know if it will affect you or not. Maybe if my wife was walking, if my wife was walking from the grocery store and something bad would have happened. Somebody kidnapped her, somebody killed her, hit her with a car, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know that happens until it happens. But if some random guy in some random prison in Japan gets murdered because he was accused of raping or killing somebody, right? And then that stops people from raping and killing people. If that inadvertently or indirectly stopped the guy who would attack my wife at a Walmart or a Target, I'm all about it. But the same thing would be no. But one thing would be that's the thing. I wouldn't have to know because it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen because they were stopped or it just wouldn't happen in the first place. But somebody else's wife, that guy would have the same thing. Your wife, my wife, anybody's wife or anybody's kids, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If it was
I got
one
two
person,
things for you though.
If somebody were
finish your thought.
Yeah, if somebody were standing in my front yard and it was an innocent man, and I am fully prepared to meet my creator and explain to him what I mean by this. But if one innocent man was standing in my front yard and somebody came up to me and said, if you shoot him in his face, you will stop all rape and murder and all like serious crimes, like not whatever. There's a gray area, but we're not going to get into the judicial system. We're not a law podcast. We're an anime podcast. But if somebody was like, you kill him, you will stop rape and murder because I want to have daughters, because I have a wife, and I don't know if it would affect me or wouldn't affect me, I'd absolutely do it. Because if I didn't, and somehow, some way in the future, my wife ended up getting murdered or, raped, which I don't want to think about.
It would never happen because...
Now I know it would never happen because I did what I did. Exactly. Yeah, your face. Yeah, you're thinking about it. I know.
I got a question for you then. I got a question.
Okay, ask me
two questions.
Go ahead.
My first one is they made a Spider-Man anime, so it's fine.
But Miles Morales?
Spider-Man. No, I'm Miles Morales. That's my favorite Spider-Man. Let's be real.
Yeah. Okay. What's up?
But Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Remember Uncle Ben, right?
Uncle Ben. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is Peter Parker wrong for not stopping that guy?
Is he wrong from seeing a crime happen and not stopping him? Yes.
Did he see a crime happen? I don't recall him seeing it. I saw him. He saw a guy running and a guy telling him who just basically told him, fuck you.
You mean true. Don't get me wrong. It was before he was a hero. He was just using his powers for money. But a guy with a ski mask and a gun and a brown paper bag, and
it really depends on which adaptation you've seen, whether or not he has a ski mask.
Doesn't matter. You're asking me a question. I'm answering. I'm answering your question. Doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
I'm answering your question. And a ski mask, gun, paper bag. Hey, stop that guy. He has my blase blah. Not stopping him. Being is that if we're talking about who Spider-Man is, he should have because he's a hero. But in that time period, he wasn't a hero. But if he knew that stopping him would stop his uncle from being murdered, I guarantee you he would have stopped him.
But he doesn't know that. So
what's your point?
That holds no weight.
He didn't stop a crime.
Is he wrong for not stopping that guy?
Yes.
Do you believe he's wrong? Why do you believe he's wrong for not stopping him?
Because he had nothing to do with he's witnessing somebody getting something stole from.
If you see a crime happen, do you have a responsibility to stop it?
Okay, here we go. You want to do this? If somebody's getting taken advantage of in an alleyway, a little girl or a woman, you're not going to step in?
That really has to
because it's not your responsibility.
That's your own morals.
No, don't do that.
Of course,
don't do that.
My morals are going to help tell me. You literally
just said, is that my responsibility?
A grown-ass man is being robbed by another grown-ass man. Do I have to, especially since that robber has a gun?
Okay, if a grown man is getting his ass beat on the side of the road, if a grown man's getting his shit pushed in at the end of the road, not saying you're taking sides and not saying you're going to jump in to fight somebody.
What's happening to him?
Listen. If somebody's getting their ass beat on the side of the road, some dude's just wailing on them. I mean, fucking wailing on them, right? Like about to die. You're not taking sides, but you wouldn't step in and be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, chill. Like, what's going on? And if he was like, oh, he touched this person or he fucking did that. You wouldn't really.
World star.
And that's the problem. That's the problem with people.
Seabass.
Yeah, that's the problem. And that's the problem.
I might stop him. I might be like, hey, whoa, what's happening? Oh, he robbed me. Oh, beat his ass.
It is up to your own. So that the argument would be what your morals would be. Because at the end of the day,
I would just jump in. I would try to like verbally stop it though. If it was a little girl,
Spider-Man. Okay, oh my God, he has a gun. Like, why would I stop him? But you're Spider-Man.
But he just got fucked over by that manager. So one, he's already pissed off at the manager. So he has one, he doesn't have an obligation. Two, he just got
if your boss over. If your boss is a fucking bitch to you and you see her getting assaulted in a parking lot, you wouldn't step in. You'd be like, "Fuck you, not my problem." She has a wife. She has kids.
Maui. Let's really ask that question.
Go ahead.
If your boss, your old boss, you saw him fighting one-on-one with another guy, and he's losing. Because he was you think you're gonna stop it?
Because he's a United States Marine. Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
You bugging.
Oh, so loyalty means nothing apparently.
If that guy is being killed, I would stop it. But if he running his runs,
you don't know.
He's running his runs.
If somebody's fading somebody up on the ground, you don't know when they're gonna stop. He might kill him.
Oh no! If he's on top of him wailing on him, I'm stopping that. That's a dangerous situation. But if they're fighting and he's just losing a fist fight standing, I'm not gonna stop that.
What's smarter? What's smarter? Stopping the kid who stole all the money and the fucking gun and being like, because you have superpowers, by the way, stopping him and being like, here's your shit back, but I'm taking like this bit of money because I fucking saved all your shit.
Yeah, fuck boy.
Oh yeah. What's the difference?
Cut out of it.
That's the same thing with Light, and that's the same thing we're talking about how stopping one person preventing other things. Like, I'm saying if somebody were to tell me, and Light was a smart person, he's smart, so he knows, and he knew that crime would be cessated, because they even talk about it in the anime. They talk about crime is at its all-time low, and that's when he slowed.
The murders
but that's when he started to slow down. But then that's when they started to catch up, and then he had to speed up.
I don't recall the moment Light ever slowed down.
He definitely
he had to take military pauses from time to time. But
he definitely took a lull, and then he sped up. But I'm just saying, if you were to do one thing or kill somebody and stop future things from happening because you don't know they're going to affect you, you should absolutely fucking do it. And I don't think he's wrong for that.
Remember that one chick that he ended up killing? He killed her husband.
Oh, you're talking about the girl? He said like turn around and walk until you die or some shit, and she was just like,
what if she had the opportunity to kill him? If killing him would save her husband and all his coworkers and everybody she knew, friends with, is she wrong for killing him?
No.
So he's the bad guy then?
No. Everybody's the bad guy in somebody's eyes. I'm the bad guy in my ex-wife.
Everybody's the bad guy in somebody's story.
I'm the good guy in my current wife, but I'm the bad guy in my ex-wife eyes. So like, I don't feel like a bad guy. I'm the MC of my own fucking life. All right.
I am the MC. Everybody loves me.
Exactly. So I mean, he thinks he's a good guy. She thinks he's a bad guy. Other people think he's a good guy. Other people think it doesn't matter.
Is he right for killing her?
The fact that he's freaking psychotic at the end. I never said he wasn't.
Oh.
But I never said he wasn't psychotic at the end. I'm just saying he wasn't the majority of the time. He wasn't wrong. There's nothing wrong.
Overall, though,
he was right. Overall, he was right.
By the end of the anime,
that's not overall. That's not overall. That's two different questions. Overall is the entire thing. Overall,
he's right, but by the end of the anime, is he right?
He was right most of the time, and then he started getting psychotic.
And then he started becoming wrong.
Psychotic.
His downfall happened.
He was touching the gray areas there. He was touching some gray areas
because
you're just like, can we not? I literally just told you that I would tell him to chill. So I would tell him like, fucking relax, daddy, chill. But you're doing the most.
Fine. Okay. We agree on some parts when it comes to Light, but he's a psycho.
He's a fucking psycho.
I don't know if he was right at the end of the day, but overall, I guess he did more right than wrong. So his scales, they level.
Yeah.
They level out in the end. He did some bad. He did some good. You got any other ideas?
I think that's it. For the end of this one.
Hour and 5 minutes.
I appreciate everybody for watching or listening, depending on whatever you're doing. If you are listening, make sure you come over to YouTube, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Like I said before, comment, share it if you can. We are doing this over Skype. We're going to be bringing you some specialty episodes, so we're going to be doing some unboxings, things like that. My birthday's coming up, So David's going to be making a trip down here. We'll probably record an episode and probably end up going to Box Lunch because they actually expanded it. I didn't tell you that, but
nice.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing some of those episodes, stuff like that. So be sure to tune in, subscribe, like, and everybody have a good day.
Have a good one.